It's time I've said what I've always wanted to say. I'm a cartoon geek, baby. That's right, I watch Cartoon Network. I can shake my booty in 3D any day. Did you know there's a Cartoon Network hotel? Sign me up. Where's my invitation? In one of my other videos, I mentioned that I was in a lot of fandoms, but I forgot to mention that the fandoms I mostly took part in was the cartoon community. And also the My Little Pony community, but we're not going to mention that. Please don't say anything. Please don't remind me. Sure, I wasn't the most creative in the cartoon community, but I sure liked cartoons. That was all you had to do, right? This is how much time I spent on my fan art compared to others. I'm obviously the art icon of our time. I'm gonna take a guess and say that the first cartoons I ever watched were probably cursed. They were probably really bad. They were probably terrible. When you look back on anything you watched as a toddler, you think, who let me watch this? Side note, I was at this random restaurant and I saw this kid watching like Super Mario Logan plush videos. Do people still watch those? When I was like 3, I was watching some dumb stuff. All that was on TV was older children's cartoons. I'm talking about Curious George, the Amazing Spider-Man series, that duck show I forgot the name of. I would only be able to watch a few fleeting seconds before I had to go on the bus. Man, the things I do to stay home from school and watch a cartoon character teach me how to say,
¿Vamos a la fiesta?
But also those shows, cursed shows too, were actually genius. I mean, I got sick in the summer this year, and I was so bored I thought, let's check out the PBS channel. And I gotta say, I sat there for 1 hour completely into it. The show was about how to fit words in a jar. There was a pig, a hippo, a rolly thingy. I don't know if it was just because I was sick and any entertainment was fine with me, but that stuff hit different. The Curious George song? That's what I like to call a bop. I'm quirky. I gotta say, my first cartoon ever watching was Phineas and Ferb. I popped out of the womb watching Phineas and Ferb. I don't think any of my subscribers have heard of it. It's not like I got almost all of my subs from it. What? I don't think I've ever discussed how much I was obsessed with this show. My big brother was into it, so naturally, it was passed on to me. The Padawan has become the Jedi. Each episode is a flawless work of art. Each song got me dancing, and not normal dancing. I'm talking the weird moves Candace does when she got squirrels in her pants. Episodes like Band Back Together motivated me to keep on pursuing my dream. The time where Jeremy was conjoined to Candace had my palms sweaty. And episodes like Phineas and Ferb Gets Busted had me messed up. I don't know why, but that episode was so depressing. Oh my gosh. I swear, the shaving of the heads, the emotionless look in Baljeet's eyes. It was just sad to see my favorite cartoon so dark. And people wonder why I'm so messed up. But it was just a dream, and it reminded Candace how much she actually cares about her siblings. Sure, she's a snitch, but she still loves her brothers. That show taught me to cherish every person in your life, even if they get on your nerves. It's kind of sweet, actually. This song had the same effect as the Toy Story one, and it was all tied up with a perfect ending. Phineas gets the girl, Ferb gets the girl. That girl is also his sister's best friend, Vanessa. Okay, back to the fun. Let's talk about Cartoon Network. I don't think words can describe how good this studio is. I've never seen cartoons nowadays actually get it right with memes and online culture until The Amazing World of Gumball came out. I still question whether that show is an actual on-air TV show or a web series. There was a whole episode about internet ships. Truly inspiring to this generation. I hope one day my children will watch it and know how much this show has impacted the world. My favorite episode was where they all turned human. It was so incredibly satisfying to watch how perfect they got the human versions. I wonder what I'd look as a human.
This edible ain't shit.
I personally like the first few seasons better. I feel like season 6 just kind of got a little boring. Please don't hate me for that. You know what else I watched almost every day while eating lunch? Total Drama Island, baby. Me and my family watched that religiously. Ain't no Survivor, ain't no Object Show. I'm talking the real G. Chris McClane, yeah. What's up, my boy? It's a show where 22 teens compete in an extreme challenges while trying to get $100,000. It's basically like a mix of Fear Factor and Survivor. I don't know why we would eat and watch this show at the same time, because some of the show was nasty. That show had this musty vibe to it, and I dig that. Ain't nobody escaping the island without an arm broken off or a few bones. I thought it was good. I liked the characters. Some of them not so much, but I really liked Owen. Isn't that right, Owen? Oh! You know, it was good before they completely ruined it and made them all under the age of 3. Maybe it helps their ratings? Times are changing. You now have to make all your cartoon characters toddlers. Okay, this is gonna be a quick review of some bonus cartoons. I'm gonna call this a fast review, baby. The Fairly Odd Parents, solid 7 out of 10, every joke is memeable. There's Dinkleberg, except one itsy bitsy problem. Gravity Falls, I was obsessed with this show. I'm still obsessed with it, but it usually comes in swings. Sometimes I'll watch it and then forget about it for a few months and then come back to it, really into it, and then forget about it. It's just a cycle. I read a comic book and partner with this show. Oh my gosh, is it a masterpiece. It's so good. The shading, the colors, Over the Garden Wall. 10 out of 10, underrated, and all that goodness. Peppa Pig. Not bad, actually. I can low-key get into it. Except one time, somebody that knew I made animations told me, "Hey, Peppa Pig is animated. Hey, you animate, don't ya? Your style is kind of like Peppa Pig." It's sad to say that I didn't grow up with Spongebob. If anything, a lot of the people in my life told me it was dumb, so I just made up that conclusion until I was 13. That it's just a bunch of nonsense. But at last, I opened up my PC to watch some of that Yellow Sponge. I was obsessed, I tell you. That episode where he went to Weenie Hut Junior's was probably the one I kept playing. The episode got to my soft spot. The feeling of belonging in a category of nerd or weak just made me ooze with sadness and relatability. Just kidding, I have huge muscles, I'm a jock. I sometimes question myself, why is a cartoon about a literal sponge so popular? Movies and merch about a sea creature. And the real answer is simple. There is no reason, but it's fun. So much content is meant solely on being a cinematic gourmet plate. I don't sit down and watch cartoons and expect my life to flash through my eyes. Sometimes they do, but other times I just want to watch something that makes me happy and brings laughter. I don't know why, but a lot of society came up with the conclusion that cartoons are for babies and kids. Sure, some have poop jokes, but others are really nice, and even my parents who don't watch cartoons genuinely adore Phineas and Ferb and can find humor in Gumball. I love when cartoons can appeal to both audiences by not only making it easy to understand for the younger audience, but slip in jokes for older audiences. Therefore, bringing a perfect balance. I just want to sit down and watch some Backyard Beats, baby. Hey guys, that's gonna end it for this video. I really enjoyed making this. I feel like I want to do a lot more videos just talking about topics I enjoy, and those usually do good, so why not? Today I talked about cartoons I grew up with. Of course, there's a lot more cartoons I can talk about, so if this hits like 500 likes, maybe I'll do a part 2 and talk about more cartoons that, cartoons that I haven't talked about. When I'm recording this, it's almost Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm super pumped for the holidays. It definitely is going by way faster than I thought. Like, back in August, I was like, okay, I have so much time to prepare for Christmas, New Year's, and then it's here, and I'm like, that happened, and that's going by fast. But I'm super excited for 2021. Hopefully it's a good year. I don't want to jinx it. I have so many cool videos planned, so many cool animations, all that cool stuff that you guys are gonna really like. I also plan on doing more Twitch stuff and getting into streaming, so I might do an actual video about that in the future. But that's in the description if you want to check it out. Thanks to Yogurt Master, I think he did one of the backgrounds. Go subscribe to him. He's super dope. And I hope you guys have a good holiday or whatever you celebrate, and week, month. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in 2021. Stay awesome!